Latte family, I have a quick question for you this week. Do you ever wish you could know with some sort of certainty what's coming next for your firm? Like, wouldn't it be nice to have a crystal ball so we knew where we were going? Well, I have good news. You don't need a crystal ball. You just need forecasting and maybe a snack, because we're going to talk about numbers, and I promise this is not going to be math class and you're not going to get overwhelmed. So this is really about predicting the future of your firm and making that future look more like a horse show at the Top 10 in Scottsdale, which, you know, I love to talk about my horse shows, and feel less like stuck at your desk for the 5th weekend in a row. So let's just jump right into it. So forecasting is basically a GPS for your money. It's not guessing, it's not hoping, it's looking at what you know, what clients you have, what fees you're charging, what your expenses are, and map out where you're headed. I love, love, love forecasting. So it really takes us from driving blindly to turning the headlights on. So here's why this is huge for you. Number one, you can plan for slow months. So you don't have to have a panic attack in December, and you know, hey, March is going to be a slow month for us based on our history. So we are going to put some extra effort into January and February, and I can feel okay going through March, right? So it allows you to plan for the slow months. Or if a slow month comes a bit unexpectedly, you've already done a lot of work beforehand and in previous months to set you up to not be stressed out during that time. So 2, you can also see if you're on track to reach your dream goal. So whether it's buying a horse, another dream goal I have, hiring help, or finally upgrading that ancient office printer that jams every Monday. I actually did have one of our clients tell us that she really wanted a new vacuum for her firm. So we built that into her forecast for the year. So it can be something fairly simple that you've just been putting off, or it can be something really, really big that you want to get accomplished. And then best of all, you can stop saying, I think things are going okay, and start saying, I know I'm crushing it with my finances. So here's a couple of actionable tips that you can take to start a simple forecast if you don't have one already. I'm going to keep it super simple, no fancy software required. You can do this on a piece of scratch paper on your desk today. So think about how many clients you sign per month, usually per month. And let's just say it's 5. We're going to keep it simple today. What's your average fee per client? We're just going to go with $3,000. So you're going to multiply 5 by 3,000. That gets you to $15,000 a month in revenue. So now let's list your monthly expenses. Again, this can be pretty high level. So what's your rent? Maybe it's $2,000 a month. Maybe your staffing is $6,000. You know, we may have a couple people. Your tech, $1,000 a month. Your latte fund, maybe it's $300. That might be a little bit much. So our total expenses are $9,300 per month. So we're going to subtract that expenses from our revenue. That gets us to $5,700 a month. So now you have to think about, is $5,700 a month enough to reach your profit goals, pay taxes, and then pay you, because we did not have anything for you in that number. So if the answer is yes, after you go through all of this on your own piece of paper, then great, you're in a really good place. And I love to think about the data doesn't lie, and the data also gives us most of the time a huge level of security because we know what the data says, right? So we've looked at the numbers, we feel great about it. If the answer to that question is no, then what do you have to do to adjust? Do you need to get more clients? So maybe 5 a month isn't enough. You need to increase your goals. Maybe you need to charge higher fees. I did a Legal Latte episode on charging higher fees. Or maybe your expenses are a little bit high. Where can you trim back? Maybe instead of 1 latte every day, you go to 1 every other day. So this is really where the magic of forecasting happens, is we can make these adjustments proactively and feel really good about them. So let's talk about a real life example. One of my favorite law firm owners, we're gonna call her Sarah, she did the same thing. We went through this process and she realized she needed to make an extra $4,000 a month to afford both her personal goals, so she wanted to pay off some of her loans, and she wanted to take an extra day off a week. So we mapped it out, and what we decided is she needed 2 more clients a month. So she clearly knew that I need to go from this X number of clients to this number to get to my financial goal that I have. And it's really easy once you have the data, right? You can make the decisions and you can decide where you want to go. So she was able to stop stressing out and start focusing energy on getting those 2 more clients instead of wondering where she was at with her money. So now she's paying off those student loans and she feels great. So wrap it up. This episode of Forecasting Isn't Scary. It's all about getting clarity and confidence, and then you can make decisions with confidence, right? So here's your task for this week. Pull out a piece of paper, notebook, or even a spreadsheet if you want to get super sophisticated, and forecast your next 3 months. If we don't already have this through our services, it's something you can do yourself. And then ask yourself, does this get me closer to my dream goals, my dream life? If not, you need to make some tweaks. Remember, you don't need a fortune teller, you just need forecasting. And me, if you want CFO services, because I'm going to be here to cheer you on and keep you focused on your goals. So until next time, keep your lattes warm, your forecast clear, and your goals big. See you next week, friends.